everybody, and welcome back to Test Open, the Semifinals Mappool Showcase. My name's Saikani. Of course, joining me today is Freddy. Freddy, how you doing?
Woke up relatively recently, got out of a grad school admissions interview, but overall chilling. Pretty excited to see this new pool.
Yeah, it is going to be a bit of an exciting pool. We have another pool size increase this week with a new laser mod slot and a new DT slot. We're getting to the point in difficulty that I personally really like, where you get to experiment a lot more, you get to have a lot more different fun picks. So I'm very, very excited about this pool.
Yeah, and especially with the fact that laser mod's increasing, players are going to have to start picking more into these wacky new mods. I'm gonna be excited to see how they tackle it.
I mean, the way that this is the Test Open is set up is, with the exception of quarterfinals, which I think was 2 ban 4 laser mod, it's impossible to ban every laser mod. So at some point, you're kind of forced to play one of them if a match really goes down to the wire, which is really scary. But not going to talk about that for too long. Let's move right on ahead. Start looking at the pool with the No Mod 1. Black Rock Shooter. Now, this is both a song and map from Battle of the Box 2024 this year. This was a custom remix for their Hard Rock 1 slot in the quarterfinals and semifinals pool. We thought it worked great here. It's super aim heavy, 200 BPM, 3 minutes, and it really doesn't stop. This is kind of all over the place in what kind of aim it is. You know, it's a little bit of awkward, it's a little bit of like that comfy aim, so I generally prefer to call this raw aim, but there also is, a bit of a consistency element to it in the rhythm. There's a lot of bursts as you get kind of the D&B rhythm in this map, which can be a little bit scary if you're not like super comfortable with just the aim alone. That rhythm might catch you off.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact that with how aim is calculated in like star rating and EP, both of those, the star rating can be a little bit misleading for how difficult the jumps are actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, other than that, it's like a pretty understandable map. You kind of get it after just a few seconds of playing. You're like, okay, this is the whole map down. The key eyes are going to have a bit harder jumps. The verses are going to have a bit harder rhythm, and that's just kind of how the map flows the entire time.
Like, the burst should be like straightforward enough. Like, all of them do look like they're both starting and ending on the dominant finger, ending on like, doesn't look like there's any even number of bursts. So
yeah, no, it's like, it's pretty easy to understand, and it's 5-note, 3-note bursts. You're not seeing any 4 notes in this map. So it's not like a particularly difficult rhythm, but it's a rhythm that can definitely trip you up if you're like too focused on hitting the aim.
Yeah, for sure. Interestingly enough, I don't think I've ever viewed any media related to Black Rock Shooter. I've heard of it, and I think I've seen some wallpapers related to it, but I don't think I've ever actually like viewed it. I think it was an anime for it. I don't remember too sure.
There was a Black Rock Shooter anime. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I hadn't heard the original Black Rock Shooter until I was like on the Battle of the Box team reviewing this remix. So, oops. Didn't admit that on the Battle of the Box showcases. Never would. That would get me killed. But,
oh my god.
just how things go sometimes. I'm a little out of like the time demographic, I think. I mean, the Black Rock Shooter anime aired in 2010, and I was not I don't think I knew what a Japan was in 2010.
Yeah, the only anime I even watched at the time was whatever appeared on, like, the morning show for CW or the evening shows for Cartoon Network.
Yeah, if there was anime on Cartoon Network, those were the ones I watched. That or I guess 4Kids.
Yeah, CW 4Kids. I remember watching that a lot. But yeah, there's the end of the song. Thank you to Tartus for that replay on the Nomad 1.
Yeah, let's move on into Nomad 2. Shout out to TARDIS, by the way. He came in, so clutch, did a lot of these replays, even though I don't think TARDIS really likes laser that much. So there's Nomad 2. Not streams. We wanted to go for something more alt-oriented. Decided that streams, flow aim could work somewhere else in the pool. So just decided to go for a super control heavy alt map, Daikata Scramble, map by Matsuyuki Ame. This one's so fun. This is just a personal favorite of mine to just like warm up on.
Yeah, I'm already hooked onto like that intro, so I'm pretty sure whatever's coming up, it's going to like catch me on even more.
Yeah, this map's so fun. This song is also fun. It was I think it's the opening for Engage Kiss, which I did not watch because it looked. I had a friend describe the entire plot to me, and I was like, "That sounds horrible. I'm never watching it." But I mean, this opening is good.
Yeah, I don't think I ever watched Engage Kiss either. I remember hearing this opening, but on a different map set, and I think those were some high star rating tourney. I don't remember which one. And
yeah, there's the one that I would know that people like to pool is actually the TV size. There's a TV size map by Rihanna, who of course very well known alt mapper. And it's 7.4 stars and just does not ever stop. And there was actually like an initial suggestion for this pool was the TV size Daikata Scramble, just a lower diff of it. And I was like, you know what? I have a map of full version. Let's just use that instead.
Nice. Oh, I remember why this map is familiar. It was used in roundtable finals.
That makes sense.
TV size, yeah. Wondering why it was on my computer, even though I never even downloaded it myself. And then I'm like, okay, it's a pretty nice song. I'll keep it.
Yeah, it's a fun little jive, I would say. 150 BPM. I just want to talk about this map a little. Like, not crazy, but it's definitely getting a higher BPM for alt, right? Like 150 BPM for this is going to cause some players a little bit of trouble just given the spacing in tandem with this difficulty.
For sure.
Other than that, none of the other map stats are really much to worry about. CS4, AR 9.7, OD 9.2. None of those are exactly troubling.
The only other thing I could like point out is that it's the second longest pickable map.
Mm-hmm.
The only other map that's longer than this is one of the Hard Rocks, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Not like too much.
Yeah, the Hard Rock one is 10 seconds longer than this. Yeah, the length is definitely a little scary. My justification for that is that there's not that many other super alt-heavy maps in this pool. There's a couple in Laser Mod that kind of fit the bill, but this is the real like DPM focus when we're talking about like alt DPMs, right? So I wanted to make sure that it was something a little bit longer.
To be a pretty, I think it's a pretty good balance of like, snap and flow.
Yeah.
Now that I'm seeing this for the admittedly first time, yeah.
That was the hope. I hate putting alt in as a comment on a pool sheet, but we put alt in as the comment because it really is like a mix of those alt skill sets. You know, it's the aim control, it's the flow aim. 150 BPM, general consistency, a little bit of finger control too, like, it's just alt. That's the only way I can describe it this time.
Yeah, that part right there was a little brutal.
Yeah. Thank the Lord for laser scoring, for weighting accuracy, so spikes like that are a little more reasonable. But yeah, that's the map. That's TARDIS. Let's move on into Nomad 3. This one, slider aim pick for the pool. One shot, one kill. Mapped by Sharu and Fracture Hawkins, two very, very well-known tech mappers. Yeah, this one's brutal. I tried to get a replay on this last night. I mind blocked at 200k, and I just said the dream's dead. Someone else, please take it. And Azasapag really came in clutch here. Did a pretty damn good replay on this.
Now, Sharu in particular, I mainly remember for being one of the people that worked on the top diff for Railgun Roulette and
Yeah. Was it Railgun Roulette also Sharu and Fracture Hawkins?
I don't remember, to be honest.
It was one of the maps I was looking at, but I decided it was a little.
No, Neil.
No. It's Neil. Neil. Okay. Yeah, Neil, Shara, and Shiggy. Is that how you say that? I'm going with. No, Suzuki. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think Shara very well known. Also, probably has the most collabs with Halgo out of anybody. And Fracture Hawkins just kind of in that same vein, that same group of mappers, right? Just super heavy slider mapper.
Oh,
and you can see it in this map. These sliders are messed up.
Oh my goodness. We just get back into it and more of this high velocity slider aim.
Yeah, you really have to be comfortable with finding the tick and aiming it as soon as you can. This map does not give you the time because it's 200 BPM. That is something that makes searching out ticks and actually aiming to them really, really difficult for a lot of players, I think, is as soon as you cross this BPM gap. If you're playing 170, 160, it's fine. But 200, those ticks appear way faster than you think they do.
Yeah. No room for comfort at all for those relatively long sliders.
Yeah, no.
And especially
and they're all over the place.
The transition to the half-speed slider spam as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is very difficult.
I just remembered that Sharu is the same person that made Sunflow.
What?
Yeah, the first popular set of Sunflow that Matthew got
No
850
way.
on.
I didn't know that at all. What the hell?
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, Sharu sounds familiar. And then I remembered Sunglow had a mapper named Sharu Resu. So I was all like, okay, never mind, put two and two together.
That's crazy. Alright, that's the 1-3 though. Thank you Azasapag for the replay. Let's move on into Nomad 4. This one also a little bit techy as well. Just given that Nomad 3 is super hard slider tech. Nomad 4 is speed tech.
Oh goodness.
So this one, it's 234 BPM. It's Zronier, so I think some players will already know this map. It's got a fair amount of usage over the years. Where you have some techie elements, and some speedy elements. That just it gets really, really tough to keep up with both. But we felt like this was kind of a nice path for the Nomad speed map to take this week.
Yeah, you can see how some of those sliders are just much higher velocity than you'd expect for a typical speed map or a tourney.
Yeah.
Also, shoutouts to this being a Sound Voltec song, My Beloved.
Of course. Yeah, the finger control right here is so hitting those bursts into the doubles. Oh, this is so hard. I broke so much here when we were pulling this.
The calm before the storm.
Yeah. This is where both the speed and tech elements are at their hardest. The tech, I mean, just keeping up with the sliders. Like, they're deceptively fast, and then, of course, the speed is just... How are you tapping these bursts in the middle of this, you know, kind of deluge of surprisingly fast sliders? It's tough, and then you just get here where the density goes up to an insane degree. It is very, very difficult.
Oh my goodness.
And then, of course, the speed no mod tradition of just putting all your longest streams right at the end of the map.
Of course. That's some more ending doubles right there. Just
Yeah.
to keep you still focused. Yeah. Thanks, TARDIS, for the replay on the No Mod 4, and that concludes all our No Mods as a result.
Be moving on into the laser mod pool here. Starting with LM1, a map I was shocked to find out has 0 uses. Melty Lover.
Good.
And the mod here is the return of Wiggle.
Wiggle for, I think this is 3 times in the running so far. Once in round of 32, once in quarters, now once in semis.
That is correct. Yeah, I mean, it just works. This time though, not like an aim control wiggle map, nor like an alt flow wiggle map. This is kind of meant to be part of the stand-in for what would normally be a no mod 2. You know, slow heavy, finger control heavy, but at a BPM that's not as comfortable as something like God, what's the map? It's the initial D1. Deja Vu. Yeah.
I feel like the XL D cells for some of them and the 1/3 are gonna definitely trip up people out of all the elements of this.
That was kind of the hope. Kind of wanted it to just be building off of the wiggle flow that we had before. Wiggle flow we had last week was very, very basic. You know, it was alt DPM and just very, very standard kind of mapping. This one, the amount of Axel decel, the little bit of finger control, those stacks that can be kind of hard to read with Wiggle. I think it's very interesting to build on what we had last week.
Yeah, you can see that Azasa Pag is having a fair amount of trouble on these. Lots of 100s, a fair amount of misses, but that's how it is with these relatively gimmicky mods.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a learning process for sure.
Of course.
Yeah, that's laser mod 1.
That's the
That's
the short
replay.
map of the pool.
Yeah. Let's move on into LM2. This next one with a mod that we have been back and forth on if we should even include it at all. It's Bubbles. This map, Telepatia, is very, very simple, which is what finally made me crack and decide that we were going to use Bubbles. Now the issue with this one, and the thing that you need to be very well aware of, is that bubbles, these bubbles that appear off of each hit object will hide your accuracy judgments. So the big thing to note is the only accuracy judgment you're actually going to be seeing is the black bubbles that signify a miss, and that includes on slider ends too. You're going to see it a lot in Edbone's replay where he just wasn't able to find the slider ends in time. It's very, very tough to read, and you have to keep like a mental note of your accuracy because you can't see it on the actual playfield.
Oh my god. This is like the budget version of an acid trip.
Something like that. Yeah. This is very tough. It's like the bubbles are so constant that it could be very, very tough for even objects with breaks before them to be seen. Like you saw after that spinner, that was hidden under a bubble that was still there.
Oh my god.
It's quite the scare. That's why we went for something as simple as Telepatia. I don't think this is a particularly hard map to understand, but it also has the benefit of still having hidden objects. Where you're going to have to watch the approach circles very, very carefully because sometimes you will have a circle appear just directly under one of the previous circles from like 5 seconds ago.
Oh, I believe that I've seen a couple times where he actually hits the slider head, but misses the slider tail. So as a result, the head has a hit, whereas the tail has a miss.
Yeah. That shows in skins as well. It's just that slider tail misses have a special skinning element that you can use. But in bubbles, it will always show as black. So, as long as you're not hearing a combo break noise, you're fine. But bubbles tries to make sure that you can't just cheese by dropping every slider in by still making them have bubbles.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, as you said, the BPM is very, very low. 84.
Yeah, so as a result, probably don't need to worry too much about any, like, sliders having a slider tick. I don't think any of them has a slider tick.
I don't think so. There's no slider ticks, there's no real tapping gate, and it's a pretty short map, so hopefully it shouldn't cause too much trouble for the introductory map to Bubbles. That's going to be Laser Mod 2. Thank you, Edbones, for the replay. Let's move on into Laser Mod 3, N95. With Approach Different. It's back.
Hey.
I'm a huge fan of Approach Different, as I talked about in round of 32 when we pooled Godzilla. But this one actually uses the opposite algorithm to Godzilla, where round of 32 we had D-Cell. In semifinals, we have Axel. Accelerate 1, initial size 7.5, makes N95 for a very interesting reading experience. And you can see I even have trouble in the intro, just because they're so strange to try and read this.
Hey, that's our pooler and playtester.
Yeah, myself and Edbones both did one replay this week. I think Edbones might have done a couple more, but they might have been replaced. But yeah, this map was a custom for Corsair's closed DT pool last year. And I thought, you know what? AR9 with initial size 7.5 AD is great. It can make any map into a rating map if you try hard enough. And this map has some really interesting dense sections that make this mod so fun to play.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I would actually say these 1/3 bits are fairly easy, but that said, I'm a name player, so I don't know.
I'm just way too. It's already been a minute in, but I'm still focused on how large these approach circles start out, and then they move it so fast. Like as you said, it's the opposite algorithm.
Yeah. It's very strange to play. Actually, our original initial size was 6, and I was just told, like, hey, this is too easy, bump it up. And I was like, you've just said my favorite thing ever. I will, please, let me do that. I love this mod.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't think that mechanically this map is very difficult at all. It's 5.2 stars, but it can definitely be difficult to read, especially right here. This section is definitely the hardest time I had trying to get the replay.
It looks like you're holding on like pretty nicely. I don't know how many tries it took, but like, it really looks nice.
I think I screenshotted it yesterday. Yeah, it was like 8 tries. No, 6. Yeah, no, this didn't take very long. Yeah, with the reading mods, it's a very delicate balance between making every map a practice map or not, and we really try to make sure that they're not just practice maps and that you can intuitively understand them even if you don't have too much experience with the mods. So yeah, these shouldn't be too long to practice. Yeah, that's Laser Mod 3. Thank you, me, for the replay. Let's move on into Laser Mod 4.
Oh my gosh, this was expected.
Yeah, so this was the very first map to go into the pool sheet. Because we had been contacted to pool for this tournament, myself and Edbones. about a week after OWC ended, if I remember correctly. So this map was still fresh in our minds. With this mod combination because of Ikoro. So the second that we were invited to pool for this tournament, we immediately put this in the pool sheet. It's Hinani no Yaku Ikanke, Kuru Kuru. This is the OWC Lucid map, AR8. Though the AR doesn't really matter too much here. Not going to be tripping too many people up. It's going to be the constantly circular patterning. By the way, this was this won both Community Choice and Napper's Favorite last year, which I don't think I've ever seen.
Wait, that's actually nutty.
Yeah, I was actually shocked. Yeah, it just makes sense to put this song in barrel roll. We knew we were gonna do it. We have no other reason other than that this was the map to put in barrel roll from the start. Talk about the stats in this, as far as the mod that we set. It is 3 times rotation, so it's building up on the 2 times rotation that we had in round of 16. And I think in qualifiers, yeah, we had 2.6. So this is the fastest barrel rotation we've had, but it's also counterclockwise. So the justification was that the patterning actually favors clockwise movement in this map. So counterclockwise helps offset it for the mouse players.
Oh my gosh. Me just trying to remember if this was my introduction to Toho or not.
That is definitely somebody's introduction to Toho, and that's really funny.
I don't remember if it was this or the Ronald McDonald song.
Oh yeah, it was totally no. It was Night of Nights for me. It wasn't Ronald McDonald's song. That was just second.
Wait, which one did you say? You kind of cut out right there.
Night of Nights.
Night of Nights, I see.
Absolutely classic.
I know that was one of the first 5 songs I heard, but I don't think it was the first one.
I'm glad it was the first one. It was before I knew what an Osu was. It was like 2 years before I had found Osu, so I guess my introduction to what the hell a Toho is little before Osu, but I did not play it until 2020.
I found out about I actually found out about Toho and Osu in the same year, about 6 months away from each other.
Alright,
but,
that's
yeah.
fire. Yeah, thank you as Spike for the replay. Let's move on into the final laser mod. Laser mod 5. Mod for this one. It's kind of becoming a staple at this point. Deflate. We had growth in laser mod 2 before, and we had deflate in round of 32. It's back because we like it. Saisaki. This is I don't know how to describe this map. It's like a little bit of mech tech, but like mostly mech. There's not really that much tech in this map. And I know there's not that much tech in this map because it's an Ed Bones replay, and I've never met someone who hates playing tech more than he does.
Tech's one of my weakest strengths, so I can, understand that. I'll try playing it still, if it's, for map pool's sake, but if it's, playing it on my own time, it's probably, maybe once every, 100 or so maps.
Yeah, that's fair. I like tech. I'm a big guy for that. I'm such a Utah player, dude. All the Utah players, aside from Alfie, are, they're really good at aim and tech, and that's their thing. I am Buzz Lightyear on the shelf as far as Utah players go.
Textbook staple of conformity.
Yeah, shoutouts to Alfie, yo, goated 5-digit player, for being the only one to break the trend. But yeah, this map, as you can see in that Ki, most of the quote-unquote tech element just comes down to the kick sliders. Hi, Headbones. Other than that, it's just aim with deflate on, which we kind of explored in round of 32 with a more raw aim map. This one has a lot tighter patterning, but I think that deflate still really works for this.
Yeah, you can already see a couple slip up right there with the over aim and under aim. Those pixel perfect hits are not pixel perfect, not even close to being close.
Actually, I'll talk about it on stream because I don't have anything else to talk about this map. So, Depth, Repel, Magnetize. Depth is like my favorite mod right now. As it is for most people, I think it's a really high quality mod. The only problem is, and we tried to bring this to people's attention, but progress hasn't been made. Those 3 mods do not show accuracy judgments, and it's not like Bubbles where it hides accuracy judgments, and it's a reading mod anyways, and we're kind of expecting combo breaks. Where Bubbles you can kind of see accuracy judgments, you just can't even at all on those 3 playfield mods, which is a damn shame. But what I've noticed is that consistently when I'm playing Depth or when Edbones is playing Depth, that we're not getting reasonable accuracies at all. Like those judgments are way more important than you might think.
Yeah.
So it's like we really wanted to pool this. In fact, every single week that we pool, we check to make sure that the mods, you know, see if they've been fixed. Unfortunately, it hasn't happened. I doubt it'll happen by the time we show Grand Finals pool. Would love to have Depth though. I don't know if it's a bug, because it's so consistent across those 3 mods. Like Repel and Magnetized were always like that, and I imagine that Depth is probably built on the same platform as Repel is. So it's just the way it is. I think it's like devs have talked about it before. It's kind of hard to decide how to show act judgments, but it's been done on other playfield mods, so I don't really get it. But that's just the way it is, unfortunately. But that is the laser mod pool as I talk about a different mod the entire time. Thank you, Headphones, for the replay. Let's move on into Hidden 1. Yogami.
It was fitting to talk about like the rest of the laser mods while we were at it, while there was some downtime padding for that map. But yeah.
Yeah, Yakubi Ogami, this was meant to be the real mech tech pick. A lot more tapping heavy than Saisaki is, where Saisaki is kind of just kick sliders at a pretty reasonable BPM. This one, you got your flow elements, you got a little bit of aim, you got a little bit of tech. It's everything I kind of wanted out of a hidden slot. Working around 2 hiddens this late into a tournament feels so weird. So it's nice that we're able to find maps like this that still have a heavy aim element while not abandoning tech elements that make hidden maps really special.
Oh, absolutely. It honestly, like, as an outsider looking into like what's probably the fullest perspective, it does provide somewhat of a interesting challenge to see what to fit into like such a limited slot pool.
Yeah. It's super interesting as a pooler. Every week we have to kind of come in. I'll explain our process a little bit. Every week we start with the laser mods, and then we move into no mod, and then we just see what we have left. And that's a very interesting process as a pooler to figure out, like, once you have like the laser mods in, how do you fit a relatively small pool around it? Like, it feels like every week we're pooling qualifiers and laser mods. It's a strange experience.
Oh wait, no, I just realized how small the pool is without laser mod. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like literally 4 no mod, 2 hidden, 2 hard rock, 3 DT. That's a qualifiers pool.
That was yeah, I remember, like, that's literally yeah, from I remember OWC 2023 had like the exact same pool size.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like,
yeah, it's an interesting challenge as a pooler to try to do that and keep in mind, like, people are playing this in match, so you need a higher skill set balance. Like, you can't do the qualifiers thing that people do where they just ignore reading. So it's tough.
Yeah, and then was it hidden? Like you already know one of the slots is going to be occupied by a relatively low AR map, and then the other one with the only other map, it's going to have to either be a balance of every other skill set you left out of that low AR spot, or you overload on one specific skill set.
Yeah, for sure. It's a challenge. I think we do pretty well though. Personally, self pat on the back. I think we do well. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
I do want to not ignore this map the entire time. AR 9.5 isn't crazy, but just the amount of mechanical difficulty in this map can still make this very, very tough. There's a lot of bursts. And again, like it's the idea of this was mech tech. The sliders aren't like flashy or anything, but there's a lot of control in this map that I would categorize as still being somewhat techy. Especially just on the amount of bursts at 210 DPM.
Yeah, there's a high frequency of held sliders, and where instead of like a normal jump, they use a kick slider instead. So
yeah. Also some slider streams just to be funny.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah, it's also 3 minutes 44 seconds, which is fairly challenging for consistency. A little bit scary. But yeah, that's the map. Shout out to Azasupai for the replay.
I always forget how abruptly the song ends.
Yep. Result screen jump scare.
Oh my gosh.
Let's move on into Hidden 2 here. Mental Chainsaw map by Ixcores. Hidden pool this week. 2 Miku backgrounds. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we also this is another Battle of the Box map. So many high quality customs come out of that tournament. Like we can't not use them. AR8 pattern reading. Shout out to Ixcores for this map, dude. He's so good. I was sleeping on Ixcores up until like 5WC this year, where I realized like, wait, this guy's got the sauce now.
Always have to thank our lovely guest for the once in a while replay.
Yeah, shout out to guest. Who the hell is that? Hold on, I gotta see this now.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna scroll through the replay thread. Also a banger song.
All the repeats of the overlaps because of just how the song is structured.
Yeah. Oh, it's Nope KJK. Okay. Is he not logged into Laser? This guy.
That's my goat.
Yeah, shout out to Nope for this replay. Very, very good score. Almost an FC. It's not quite an FC. I know where to check for those now. Yeah, what are the BPM? These A patterns aren't like terribly dense, but of course AR8 naturally is like, damn, you know?
Oh yeah.
Not the easiest in the world.
I need to get back into low AR reading so I can have one skill set that like Team 30 can rely on me for.
Yeah, Sim.
Then again, I'm like a whole year removed from playing even a single tourney, let alone.
Oh, really?
Cool. Yeah, I think that one tourney I played with you back in like fall 2022 was the last tourney I actually played. So.
Damn.
And that was when you guys were all like in a relatively closer skill bracket with me, but like y'all have moved so far away. I'm so.
Yeah, suddenly one of them was looking at, 5WC the next year. A little bit of a skill change since then. But yeah, That's Hidden Seal. Shout out to Nope KJK for the replay. Let's move on into Hard Rock 1. I commented I wanted a farm map for this. Ed Bones took this a little too literally, and he just started sending like Sotark's maps kind of style, and I was like, no, I mean like rhythmically, I want a farm map, rhythmically. And so this was the compromise here. Initial by Poppin' Party, map by Chaser 01. There are a couple bursts here in the verses, but they don't really matter. The aim really takes the hold here in this map.
And especially since it's the longest map in pool as well, so...
Whoa! Yo,
hey.
Actually. No way!
Nice!
This guy's crazy with it. I wish I had Osu's smoke game like Entro does. Oh my gosh, that's my host.
That would be, all I would have just done was write some random thing or just drawn one line, and that's like my only contributions to smoking for the day.
This man outlined her not her ears, her hair that looks like cat ears. I don't.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
I've watched all of Bandoria. I still don't know what's up with her hair.
I don't know what props she put in there.
It's a great question.
But yeah, as you said, with how aim-centered this is, and what I said about how SR calculates aim difficulty, this is definitely going to be pretty hard.
Yeah.
You can just see the sheer magnitude of those cross screens.
Yeah, they're very, very difficult. I think a lot of people know Chaser for his aim maps. You know, this was actually his first ranked map. I remember being there. Just like I was excited because this guy started popping off after this map. He's always had just the aim sauce in him.
Oh my gosh. And it's always like those misses just before the second chorus that can be a big decider for the match on this map.
Yeah.
On this specific map.
It is helpful to note that we're playing, you know, laser. The scoring algorithm is going to be a little bit different. So those misses don't matter as much, but yeah, certainly present at the very least.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I believe it was closer to like 50-50, but for like combo and act ratios, whereas I believe 4v2 was 70-30 for combo act.
Yeah.
So yeah. There's something I'll always have a fondness for, about how you take a one specific pattern of notes, and then you rotate it, and then copy-paste that for the next part. Oh, Skater Boy! Okay, sir.
Now, he had messaged in the replay chat, he said, "This is probably my last replay for this tournament. I'm glad that intro went all out."
Hell yeah.
Oh! Oh, you
That's
skating!
for you, my boy.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was beautiful. Dude, okay, I might get executed at the state for saying this because it implies that I love Bandori, but I fucking love this song. I also like Bandori. I said I have 2 ranked Bang Dream maps. I can't go back. Dude, this is such a fucking good opening. I love it. Unfortunately, I'm in idle hell, but I'll own up to it and say I love this opening. It's so good. Yeah, and again, We did mention this earlier. This is the longest map in the pool, 4 minutes 31. So huge consistency check here as well. But we are nearing the end of the song. Just, you know, couple riffs of the guitar away.
That one small change in like the rhythm right there.
Yeah, it's tough. Alright,
Yeah.
that is Hard Rock 1. Let's move right on into Hard Rock 2, one of the weirder songs. Because it like 3 separate points this song surprised me as like, wait, this isn't what I expected to be listening to. Hade Sailor Fuku Euromix. So, Hade Yukai from Haruhi. Muteka Sailor Fuku from Lucky Star. And Eurobeat. What?
That's a trifecta I would never have been able to ever thought was possible. But hey, here we are. But yeah, this is your precision check in the pool.
Yeah, huge precision check at that. CS 6.5 is pretty standard, but the patterning on this map can be brutal. There are a couple of cross screens that just kind of come out of nowhere.
Oh my god. The shift between the 2 songs.
Yeah, it messed with me so hard playing this. Apparently, we found this out after we pulled this. This is a Corsairs custom, and I don't remember that at all.
What?
Corsairs Open 2023.
Knockout stage
Knockout 1 Pool A Hard Rock 2.
I did not expect that. I did not expect that either. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was shocked to find that out. Yeah, this one, 2 minutes 35, so you just get, you get 1 verse, 1 chorus of each, and then you're chilling.
And back into the song change.
Yep. The cross-screen jump scares in the key there is so funny. I love them so much.
Oh my
As a
God,
precision player, these are like my favorite kind of precision maps to play. Incredible. Thank you, Azasa, back for the replay. Let's move on into DT1, a map that I have been trying and failing to pull because of its map stats for quite a while. Theta did Tsukisashite. This one we're doing with 1.65 speed to finally fix the issues that plague this map normally when you're trying to pool this anywhere else but here. So I run a tournament called Wonderland Cup. You know, themed after Alice in Wonderland. Obviously, I want to put in songs that are like based around Alice in Wonderland, and sometimes I kind of have to stray off the path and go for Alice Toho, right? And I really wanted to pool this last year, but these map stats suck so much. It's AR 10.1, it's 240 BPM, and it feels so slow and 6.47 stars. It's awful. I say it's awful. I love this map, but in a pooling sense, it's awful. So finally, after more than a year of wanting to pull this, but being unable to, finally a tournament with 1.65, suddenly you're looking at 264. Now that's fast. That's what I'm looking for. And you get AR 10.33, which, you know, a little bit above 10.3, but we don't talk about it. And finally, this map feels like a proper DT1. It's so good.
Absolutely. I remember this song mainly from a songs compilation of Senya songs, and it was always the one song where when I put DT on, it kills my run.
Really?
It was. It killed my Nomad run. Like, I still got the 2000 combo badge, but then, or medal, yeah. But then every time I played on DT, this was always the one specific map that killed my run.
Yeah, there's actually almost a world where we had, 2 Grimoire of Alice remixes, in this pool. Because you have this, and we actually, originally, one of the Bubbles maps that we had was, instead of Telepatia, we had, Hollow Wings, Grimoire of Alice. That would have been so cool. But didn't happen. We had Telepatia instead. But yeah, very, very short map. Shout out to Flapjack for the replay. Let's move on into DT2 Operation Evolution. I think this is going to be pretty familiar to a lot of people.
This map.
1.35x makes for quite the slowdown on this. I mean, you're looking at 223 BPM, which is not very hard. You're looking at 7 stars as the recalc rather than the normal 7.83 that this map carries. It's a nice little adjustment. It's still very difficult.
Your stamina nonetheless. And if I remember correctly, at the end there are a couple small, like 1/6 bursts, so gotta be prepared for that as well.
I don't remember, actually.
It's my.
I'm not the speed player of the 2 poolers.
I think it was like my faint memory from what I remember watching Silas at Vita 2 years ago. But you know, 2 years is a long while. Maybe I'm misremembering things, but I did say I was at the end, so have to wait to find out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been forever since I've seen this map personally. Like, I took a brief look over the first minute of this map when Edbone sent it, and I was like, this has been reliably pooled before. You're the better player than I am for this skill set. I trust you. Because that's our dynamic as poolers. He doesn't touch the tech, I don't touch the speed, and we're happy.
Never realized how tame this section of the map is.
Yeah, I mean, even then, there's still doubles to trip you up. This map doesn't really give you any sort of break. It also is pretty long. 3 minutes 43.
Yeah, I think this puts it at like the 3rd longest map of the pool, maybe 4th longest, I'm not too sure. I think it's beaten out by like 1 second by Hidden Ones though.
No way.
Yeah, Hidden One's 344.
That's insane.
So yeah, not 3rd longest, but not too far out from 3rd longest. So close yet so far. A side note, listening to Dim Rain after a long time is like a nice throwback.
Yeah.
Oh wait, when were they featured artists? Oh my god.
I was about to say, Dimrain is a featured artist. Has been for quite a bit, I want to say.
Oh my god, I need to keep track of featured artists listings.
Yeah.
I'm out of the loop on so many people until I see like a name that I like extremely recognize.
There's a good amount of Newgrounds featured artists, I want to say. Makes sense for them, right? Like, you don't really lose anything since you're on Newgrounds anyways.
Yeah, you already like published most of your stuff on there anyways, and there's not
really
paywall for like most content. Is there even a paywall for any content on Newgrounds? I don't even know.
I don't remember. I haven't been on that site since like 2016.
Yeah, especially now, like since most of their content was like Flash stuff, and Flash is
Yeah.
dead, and like the emulators aren't exactly up to snuff.
That's
Okay,
the main
don't
reason.
worry
It's
now.
just I was on it for Flash. Okay, good. Thank the Lord. I was gonna be so scared if there was actually 1/6 burst. I was gonna be like,
There
no,
wasn't.
I failed.
There was just one quad, and that was it.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. Yay! All right,
Hooray.
let's move on into DD3. Also, thank you, TARDIS, for the replay. DD3, Heart of Night. I think this one's pretty familiar, but at 1.6, a little bit of a harder kind of deal to play than I think a lot of players are used to. You're looking at 205 BPM Heart of Night, at also AR 10.3. This really feels like a Gengauzo kind of map, where there's a lot of cuts in this too. It's not just the finger control that you're worried about. You know, your aim control kind of has to be up to snuff for this one.
Chaos Slits, my beloved.
Yeah. Actually, I think when I play tested this map, when Edbone said that, I think I literally said, "I'm playing Burning Star right now. What the hell?" Yeah, Chaos Slot's such a good mapper. This map also made with so much love for hollowing style of mapping, which absolutely makes sense. Such a good mapper, and especially, you know, in 2016 when this map was made, that's your goat right there. Nobody does it like hollowings in 2016. Also, the hollowings drawn background, which is kind of awesome.
I always forget how much Halloween draws.
Yeah, I think most of our ranked maps are from backgrounds.
But yeah, you can see how brutal this map is with that finger control and the cuts, as you did say.
Yeah, it's super tough always.
Wait, I keep forgetting, or I can faintly hear the flowering night parts in this song. It's like relatively faint. A more, I'd say they took a bit more creative freedom with this Halsey, they took a bit of creative freedom with this remix.
Yeah.
Compared to, like, their other cover.
I want to say the flowering night mainly takes hold in the instrumentation behind the vocals, where you can kind of hear it following the line. Not exactly though. As you said, it's very creative liberty, kind of like a Felt song, right? Like the Felt songs never sound like the Toho original, but there is a line to trace them back to. kind of the same deal here, but just in a much funkier way than a Felt song usually is.
Again, one of the longer maps in the pool at 3.5, almost 3.5, 3.23.
Yeah. I think there was because we have like speed tech in No Mod 4, and it's not like the most comfortable thing for speed players. We really wanted to hammer home length for speed players in DT to make sure that, you know, your speed points can't be cheesed out.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, that's kind of the reasoning behind it. But yeah, that's DT3. One map left in the pool. Let's move right on into the tiebreaker. Additionally, a Corsair's custom. This one, Backcountry map by Dada. Really good map. I'm a big fan of this map. 250 BPM, like that high BPM consistency kind of tiebreaker. It's very difficult to try and play. Yeah, you can see just the density, even in the intro, is pretty tough. Luckily, all of those streams are 1/3, so you're not playing 250 BPM streams in a high stress tiebreaker scenario.
Just a chill 187.5. I need to listen to more Avenged Sevenfold, not gonna lie. I've been like skipping out on a lot of their songs.
Yeah, I don't really know Avenged Sevenfold songs too well, honestly.
I wonder if it's because of the BPM, but then it does remind me of a lot of different, or a few tiebreakers, or like certain songs that would be good for tiebreakers.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the same kind of like patterning, the 1/3, the alt kind of patterns.
Yeah. I mean, even in Test Open, we're not like strangers to the high BPM tiebreakers. Like we had the Resistance last week. So, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a consistent element of high BPM tiebreakers.
But there are a couple of 250 BPM first.
Yeah, sections like these are also super tough. You can see, all of us had trouble trying to get the replay for this, so Azasapag's replay was considered good enough, because none of us could really do better.
God, it's so good.
Yeah. Troops music on this are also just kind of evil.
Yeah.
I think, if I remember correctly, there was a clip from Course Ace where this tiebreaker was played, and it was literally a difference of like 10,000 points, I think.
Oh,
It was like scary close.
Oh, this was also First Ace last year. I never noticed.
Yeah.
A single-digit number of us. I always forget that replays are at 60 FPS and use the full FPS that you set it to.
Yeah, that's weird.
Something I
Like,
need
it
to
makes sense
remember
though.
my laser. Yeah. But yeah, that's the end of the map. That's the end of the pool. Thank you,
pool.
Zasapag, for the replay on the tiebreaker.
Yeah, on our longest pool yet. Shoutouts to all the replayers. And shoutouts to you, the players who are going to be playing it. Good luck to everybody playing through the pool this coming week. it's getting difficult, and it's only going to get harder from here. So make sure you're on the top of your game this coming weekend. But that is going to be it for us. I think no more streams until this coming semifinals weekend. So very excited to see the matches.
See you all then.
Welcome to us.